Did you know that you don't have to have any special abilities, any extrasensory perceptions in order to feel and sense energy? In fact, if you can feel your body, and I think you probably you can sense energy. Hey everyone, I'm Amber with Yoga How To. So this week we are going to get into sensing energy, even if you think you can't or you have no idea what that even might mean. We will talk about what it means, so what to actually expect, how to begin, and how yoga philosophy upholds this method, as well as doing a little practice at the end so that you can start to do the exact work I have done that has allowed me to sense energy. We'll talk a tiny bit about why this kind of experience matters in yoga. However, I have more on my Substack article as far as why this kind of work matters. It's not just, ooh, mystical, whatever, woo, woo, woo. There is a very important reason we do this kind of work in yoga. I also, in that Substack article, talk a little bit about my past in my 20s in Seattle and my quest to be able to sense energy, which did not come easily or naturally to me, or so I thought, until I figured this thing out that I'm going to share with you today. And there's also a couple of different takes we could have on it from the yogic perspective. So in that article, I go more into a different view of it that also substantiates what we're talking about today. So if you want a more well-rounded view from the yoga philosophy, check out that article. I have it all broken into sections so you can read any part that's of interest to you. Your time is precious, and I know, like most of us, you probably don't have much of an attention span, although I hope you're doing your yoga and lengthening it like I'm trying to do. All right, so let's hop in. Mentioned at the top of this, if you can feel your body, you are feeling energy. So it's just a matter of refining that practice of really getting one-pointed and focused in a meditative state or a concentrated state. And from there, as you do it, you're going to get into more subtle layers of energy. So first, let's talk about why this is. Suffice today to say that in yoga, we are made as humans of what's called the Panchamaya koshas, or the five sheaths. And they're basically five bodies that we are made up of. We have the physical, the Annamaya kosha. We have the next one called the Pranamaya kosha, which prana it's a kind of energy, and it's the energy that animates us, that basically takes the energy of our mind and our subconscious and all of this other stuff we are, and it makes it work within the energy of this dense matter, the heavy body. And then we have the Manomaya kosha, which I mentioned, and then we have the Vijnana Maya kosha, which is the wisdom sheath or body, and then we have the Ananda Maya kosha, which is the bliss body. I'm not going to get into a lot of these today. I just want to focus on Pranamaya kosha, that energy body or subtle body, and the Annamaya kosha, the physical body. So in yoga, to feel the body at all, meaning to not be dead, it means we have this pranic sheath running throughout us, animating us, energizing us, and it's carrying energy everywhere. If you can feel your body, you are essentially already feeling the prana maya kosha, the energy body. So when you can hold your attention on one spot in your body, when you can close your eyes, when you can tune out your senses and just go into the blackness of awareness, just that amorphous kind of bodiless state of awareness, and then bring your attention to a spot within space, a locus in space that is in your body, and hold your attention there, you will start to sense energy. First off, that is sensing energy, technically, in this sense. But it will start to, the better you get at this and the more you practice it. And by the way, you can do this within the places in the body where the chakras are. And And over time, you'll start to sense, oh, well, the physical part is a part of it's an extension of the chakra. And you start to get beneath that and sense how the emotions and the beliefs and all of this other stuff are there too. But you could do it at any part of your body. And within this blackness, you sense more openness and more space than just the physicality of the body itself. And you start to sense, like I mentioned, maybe you sense emotions there. Well, emotions are really just energy made physical, because we've had an experience in the past, a stimulus comes in and it sets off a neurochemical transmission throughout the body that gives us feelings. As we start to hold our attention there, we notice feelings, we notice sensations. The more and more we do this, that quality of just being in the dark and the blackness of space, yet holding our attention here, we start to get under that a little more, and we might start to feel qualities like heaviness or brightness or expansiveness. And we don't have to sit and label these. In fact, I don't want you to, because the more you do that, the more you're getting into beta or high, perhaps even high beta brainwaves, which is not what we want. That's not going to help us in this practice. We want to slow down the mind. We want to get the analytical mind out of this. It's just sensory. So when the mind comes up, and it will, don't be discouraged when it does, you just pull it back to that spot, back to that spot, back to that spot. And you'll notice how even this thing that supposedly holds its shape in space, there's just a very shifting nature to it, to its qualities, to its feel. And it's that feel that is the energy. As we get even more subtle with it, I read about this in the article. Sometimes for me, as I get even behind the emotions, and I'm not trying to, I'm just holding my attention there, and it just starts to open up, open up, open up. It almost becomes at some point like almost the top, that, you know, the moment right before you shiver, right? Right before that, you kind of feel this sensation. And that's where, for me, I start to get into even more subtle experience of energy. When I've shared this with people, it has helped them to do the same. So all we're doing is holding our mind in one spot in the body, with an awareness that this in and of itself is feeling or sensing energy. It is training the mind to come back to the same spot again and again and again. And this will benefit us in life in so many ways I can't even tell you. But before we hop into the practice, the last little bit I want to share with you right now is that the reason we do these practices in yoga, the only reason why these kind of mystical experiences matter, is not in and of themselves. So for instance, if I have an amazing mystical experience, it's only good if it then serves me in life, if it serves me in a very practical ways. Well, one of the ways these experiences serve us is by giving us more faith in the yoga system and the yoga practice. So yoga doesn't say have blind faith. Yoga says practice these things and you'll get experiences that show you the validity of them. And through things like sensing energy, we start to get there. We start to get more faith in our practices and in ourselves. And it also then can give us things that we can practice off the mat. I give an example of a recent experience I had in that Substack article if you're interested. Let's just get into the practice. If you're more of someone who wants to read about it and then go do your own thing, do that. But if you want to stick with me, I will guide you through it. And this is something that you can just do every day. You can do it for as long as we do here. But if you really want to start getting into this, the longer you can practice it, the better. Begin by setting yourself up well for this. So this is pratyahara. We want to do sense withdrawal at the very beginning and then throughout practice. So if it supports you, put an eye mask on, cut out as much light as you can, or at least close the blinds. If it helps you, listen to me through earbuds that are going to cancel other noise, or just go into a quiet room and ask the kids not to interrupt you for a few minutes. Get comfortable so that your body is not distracting you. So if you need to shake it out first, if you need to get a cushion to sit on, generally when we're sitting, If the hips are higher than the knees, that's going to be more comfortable. But you can also lie down for this practice. Just don't fall asleep. Stay with me. This practice will help you to feel energy in general. It will specifically tune you into the heart chakra while supporting you to develop a focused, one-pointed mind. If you're not already doing so, close your eyes and become aware of the darkness behind them. Breathe evenly, allowing your breath to flow in and out as smoothly as pouring oil. Slip into the blackness. Slip into the blackness more. Allow your awareness to become shapeless in this space. Become shapeless. In this shapeless black space, notice gently how the body is just a locus in space. Now, in this vast darkness, hold your awareness at the center of the chest. Feel in just behind the sternum. Hold your awareness here. In the black, in the dark, awareness at this place. Noticing sensation, pulling your mind back again and again to the heart center. With gentle awareness, know that you are focused on energy. Allow the sensation to ebb and flow, and to hold your awareness in the heart center. Every sensation is from and of energy. It's that simple. Just keep pulling your mind back to this place in the body, in black space, again, again, again. What else can you notice about how this space feels? There's no asking why here. There's only searching out sensation and feeling. It might be a physical sensation like tightness. It might be an emotion like sorrow or joy, even one pouring right into the other. There's no right or wrong. There's only noticing and holding the mind deep, deep, deep in the heart, perhaps there's a quality. You might sense heaviness or lightness. Contraction or expansion. You might reach into the heart and find something that feels like a subtle vibration. Any of this will be fleeting, especially at first, and that's okay. Simply keep bringing your mind back, back, back. Reach into the heart more, more, more. Stay with it. Remind yourself that whether you are sensing the physical body, whether you're sensing emotions, or something more subtle, it's all energy. Now, bring a smile to this area. Think of someone or something you love unconditionally. Let some love blossom here. Acknowledge that it too is energy, and that it's an energy you can tap into anytime. Bring your hands to your heart center in a prayer position. Gently bow your head. Bowing down to the power of the heart center. And let it know you are grateful and you'll be back again. You can flutter the eyes open. Just bring awareness back into the space that you're in. I hope that you kind of got a sense of what energy can feel like and how this practice can bring you deeper into that space. And I also hope you feel a little more focused, peaceful, and calm. I really like to do this one in the heart center because it is such a powerful practice on so many levels. We're getting a lot of bang for our buck, so to speak. Now that you're in that heart energy, go share some of it with the world. We need it out there. We need you out there. Thank you so much. Please do like and subscribe.